What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. And hook right, left hook, good night. Avni Yildirim. Chris Eubanks Jr. stopped him in 3 rounds. And I think he proved his point. I think he proved the point that he's a force to be reckoned with in this World Boxing Super Series Super Middleweight tournament. And I think he put everybody on notice tonight. A lot of people was criticizing his power. Moving up to 168, the Quillen fight, the Arthur Abraham fight, and looked like he got plenty enough pop to me. I always thought he had plenty enough pop. He's really a middleweight, masking as a super middleweight right now, and trying to make a statement. He made a statement tonight, man. Yildirim, got dropped in the first round with a good uppercut. I think it was a right hand uppercut that did it. Chris Eubanks Jr. was looking for that uppercut all night, and I think it was a good strategy by his team, his father and his team, to look for an uppercut all night because Avni Yildirim is one of those pressure fighters that's hunched over, and he's a sucker for the uppercut. I thought he should have went to the body a little bit more, Chris Eubanks Jr., but he knew something with that uppercut. And once I think the reason Yildirim opened up is because he knew he was going out on his back regardless. He tried to pressure Eubanks Jr. and when he started to mount some type of offensive attack, Eubanks Jr. would like triple, quadruple, throw the jab like 5 or 6 times in a row, and it would just immediately stop Yildirim's offensive attack. Like literally, it would just halt it. And he used his jab, and Chris Eubanks Jr. saw some growth this fight by being more calm and then being able to explode at the right time. When he had Yildirim in trouble, Yildirim chose to, go out like a warrior, not mailing in and go into safe mode. Because I told you guys, he's not capable of going backwards. He's not capable of surviving either. He's that type of fighter. If he's not going forward, he's not effective. And I told you guys, he didn't have enough pop. I know he was 16-10, but his record didn't indicate it to me that he had any game-changing pop. And Chris Eubanks Jr. found that out. He called Eubanks Jr. clean a couple of times, didn't bother him. And when he tried to open up and trade with Chris Eubanks Jr. for firepower to firepower, he was in trouble, But he had little spot moments where he had flurry, and that's where Chris Eubanks Jr. go back to basics and he used the jab, stop the flurry, move to his left, and then he'll mount his attack again. He was, pot-shotting for that uppercut. And then when Yildirim, for the knockout, when Yildirim, tried to open up and exchange with him because he was backing Yildirim up, it was a right hook that partially grazed and then a left hook that fully hit. And the referee didn't even, bother even 10 counting. He saved Yildirim some years on his career. Even if Yildirim would have got up, he would have got the dog shit beat out of him. So it was good stoppage by the ref. I told you guys, Yildirim is one of those filler guys in here, man. Just a guy that was like, all right, he's a good super middleweight. He's 16-10. He just beat Marco Antonio Parabon. I think his name Parabon. And, he might be worthy. He showed that, he won in the class, Eubanks Jr. And I heard, I think James DeGill said that Yildirim actually, knocked the bridge of his mouth out. And that kind of set up his teeth get knocked out by Badou Jack. He said Yildirim was tough in sparring. They sparred before. He knocked his bridge loose. But Chris Eubanks Jr. showed it was nothing to a real G in the ring for, the Turk. And, the Turkish did all that talking. All that riff-raff, warriors, and him and his manager was talking all that ish. And he came out there and got laid on his back. Period. Amir Khan called the stoppage right before the fight, from what I read. And, Chris Eubanks Jr. showed growth. You have to give him credit. He showed growth tonight. He didn't go out there and be all reckless. He boxed on the back foot, took his time with the jab. Then he used his explosiveness when he needed to use his explosiveness tonight. He was looking for the uppercut. That was clearly the game plan there, was the jab and the uppercut. He moved his head some. He used his shoulder to create space. Seems like he's learning a lot of veteran tricks to become more of a complete fighter. Defense could need a little work, but he moved his head some tonight. And, he did what he had to do. For Yildirim, where do you go from here? Build back up to the top. I think, I said in a prediction video, I think that, he should incorporate some head movement. He don't have any head movement. You're going to be an inside fighter. You got to have some type of head movement. You know, you got to learn how to cut the ring off better. He's following guys around the ring instead of stepping over, cutting the ring off to the side. And a lot of guys do that. You know, a lot of guys follow their opponent around the ring instead of stepping over and cutting the ring off. Yildirim, if he's going to come back on this level, he's going to have to learn to cut the ring off, get some head movement going. And, you know, he got a good jab. You know, maybe use a little bit more. His jab is solid for a pressure fighter. I think that's how he got that far, with his jab and a little bit of pop. You know, for Eubank Jr., up next for him is the winner of George Grove and Jamie Cox, which go down next Saturday, October the 14th, I believe it is. And everybody's looking forward for him and George Grove to get it on. And that'll be his real first crack at a real world title and the WBA title. I got to watch some more tape, but I think Jamie Cox has a chance to upset George Groves. I think Jamie Cox is definitely a wild card in this tournament. Smaller guy that have jumped up a few weight classes. And him and George Groves are familiar. And George Groves just has a reputation for coming up short in big fights. You know, I think in his last fight versus the dude, kind of broke his jaw, fractured his jaw, something like that. It wouldn't be out the realm of possibility that Jamie Cox can beat this guy. You know, it's his time, but we'll see. Looking forward to next week. We're about Super Series. We gone.